Welcome to the Three River Valley series for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. And we're picking up on the 30th of December 1978. The game's on pause for a reason, which I'll explain in a little while. Before we get started, as usual, a big thank you for your comments and feedback. You guys give me a lot to think about. And I did get a very interesting comment on the previous video, and I was asked about why I talk about north and south on a map, which technically doesn't have a compass. And I think it comes from partly where I live and partly with the way people in the UK look at the country, because England is, if you look on a world map, it's quite narrow with respect to its length, and it is orientated in the north-south direction. Therefore, in the UK, it's quite common to use north and south. There is such a thing as a north-south divide, but also depending on where you live, that it's often used as a general term for a sense of direction of where you want to move. So, for example, I live on the south coast of the UK, and well, I can't go much further south. I think the within the actual English Channel was about 3 miles away from me, and to go any further south, you've either got to get a boat or swim to France. For example, it's quite common to say that I'm going up country if you are going to another part of the UK, especially if it's like up through the north to London. But it's also a way, and I think this is where my reference in this game comes from. If you're going further up country, you often say I'm going up north, which is what I think I've been saying when I've been moving up to here. I've been clicking here and saying we're going up north. And conversely, I've known people who live in the north of England who own, and especially Scots, who say, they're going down south. It's not a derogatory term, it's more of a sense of direction. It's also interesting where I live. If you turn around to somebody and say, I'm going south for a couple of weeks, that basically is telling them that you are going to France. If anyone's taken offence, I apologise, but it's just a spatial reference that's just quite common in England. It's also worth mentioning that there is such a thing known as the North-South divide, which can cause a lot of debate in this country, but it's more of a cultural reference. But as with many things in the UK, if you want to start a major debate over what that actually means, just start talking about it. But I'm not going to talk about it in this video because, of course, we're playing Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. Now, why is the game on pause? Well, if you're following the series, you'll be aware that in the end of the last part, I was struggling to get these railways in. And that was resulting in a great big pile of clothing building up here. In fact, it was getting very close to 500. And I wanted to show this to you. If I come to the economy and then we look at our exports for this month, what you'll see is this month I've exported 194 tons of clothes, and I've made 4.6 million rubles. Now, nearly 150, I think it was, tons were exported in a single trip. I think I had a train picking up clothes here and taking it to the border that had a cargo that was worth about 3 million rubles. Now, that looks really great. I've made a pile of money, but one thing that you do need to be aware of, and I'm not sure if I can actually show it to you because it's a little bit precise, but if I go to prices and we look at clothes, yeah, it's not going to be particularly that clear. Let me see, historical data. If I push this back several months, we'll see if I can get this. This chart isn't particularly big, but I don't know if you guys can see that though. Right at on the right hand side, the red line dips a bit, very small, very slightly below the yellow line. Now that is due to the fact that not in the last update, but the update, I think it was the update before, the devs introduced a mechanic that if you start dumping really large amounts of materials, let the game run actually, if you start dumping large amounts of a certain good onto a Soviet or NATO market, the price actually drops. But of course, it's not, that chart doesn't actually say. But if you don't export that much for a period of time, then the price will start to rise again. Now, that is a separate mechanic from the inflation prices, which can change over time anyway. So what that actually means is I've got to be a little bit careful with respect to overproduction and exportation of clothes. Now, beyond that, down in this area, you can see we're still in the snow. Things generally are going okay. We've got quite a lot of crops here. I've got massive amounts of crops in here, partly because of the fact that my clothing industries or the fabric industry stopped. You can see because we're really punching out the fabric at the moment, because of course we're not actually importing, because of course we're not actually manufacturing anything here because of the bad weather. So I must admit, I am getting to really like these irrigated farms, because they do make they are quite useful for dropping in something, but they are a little bit OP. I will concede that, because you can see here we still got quite a lot of crops there. Now up north, it's a little bit of a different story. If you watch the previous video, you'll be aware that we got some crops in here, but it's not going to last, so we're going to have to be very, very carefully. On the positive side, we've got the farm. This farm is ready to go. We've got a whole series of fields here which will be able to make get things going, making sense, which is good. Oh well, we've actually built the fire station. Or we actually built the fire station. Good, 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 good. Because I want to. This is where I want to really focus on and build in this part, simply because we really do need the workers over here, because you can see we've got quite a lot of steel here, but we are still got a little bit with respect to coal. And what I've actually done is I've actually turned off this conveyor engine here. In fact, I might, if I can get this production going, I might actually destroy this link, because I really need to protect this area to ensure that we keep coal flowing into down in our area down here in the power station. So we got a police station here, not police station, sorry, fire station. So the first thing I want to do is we're going to hook up these guys. Now these are full up now as well. We need more fuel distribution. Getting a little bit kind of bigger. I think I've got some spare slots here. Yeah, we've got 8 now. Well, I've got nearly. How can I have 60 locations in this area? I really need to check that, because that. Then again, I suppose if you add up all the construction offices, the secret police, and everybody else, I suppose you could have 60 locations here. Because of course, the other thing I'm also doing, just to show you over here, I'm gonna go up to higher speed so we can get out the snow. Heating problem, where's that? Why have we got a heating problem here? Temperature's too low. Got this perennial problem. Yeah, it's come back again. I just can't get a stable supply of workers to this area here. I think I need to work on it. Kind of a bit tempted possibly to move this. I mean, we got lots of workers here. I'm just wondering whether if I put a cable car, small cable car here, how far can you guys move? I mean, they could move. I mean, if we put a cable, let me just take a look at this. Put a small, we could put a small cable station. If I put it in about there. Could possibly put a cable station in there. Connect up a footpath. We'd need to put it up there actually, couldn't I? Because there's not a lot of space. I could knock this down. Maybe if we build a new cinema. We got a school. I think maybe if I push up the culture in this corner. I mean, we don't need this kind of it says electro components. Whole series of trucks here doing nothing. We'll just have a quick look. You're not bad. You can go to Yeah, I think the rest of them are. Yeah, we could probably sell you. Sell you. These are the residual from my food industry. I'm just gonna sell you. Go on, get out of the way. How many? I mean, we don't get that many people in that cinema, so if I got a little bit of a what we call it there. So if I remove you, and then if we put in a theatre here, cinema, we've got an old opera house here. I could get that. Into say about there. I mean this will 80, 131. I think if we put in a small opera house there, need to get the road crew on that. We're not going to use helicopters for this. This is more of a long-term solution. If I could get something else in here as well, maybe in amongst this lot here, we've got a little bit of a slot here. Get something else in here. An old cinema building here. Oh, look at that. We can get you just in there. Well, we'll get that built. We build these. What I can do is tear this down. Then what we can do is put a terminal there, and then possibly put a cableway over to here. It's going to be a bit of a tight fit, but I think I can get it in. And then what we'll do is get a cableway flowing that way. So what we'll get is a permanent supply of workers here. See, look, we just don't get that regular supply of workers there. I think a cableway may actually solve that. Anyway, that digression apart, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, we got the fire station here. I need a couple of fire trucks. Get 1, 2 there. And what I want is, do you have power? No. Okay, where's the power supply? Power supply there. Where's it going? Actually being built. High priority. We need bricks and boards. Okay. Once we get power into here, what I'm going to do, what I want to do is put a small representative fire crew here to protect these buildings as everything's being built, because obviously we need to build this area up in order to get things working. So I think I will go and get a what's the call it? I'm just gonna get, what would I want in the way of buses? I don't want anything too expensive. Let's have a look. Capacity. Bit the other way. Nuclear. Oh, I want buses. Sorry about that. We've got 6 passengers, 7 passengers, 8 passengers, 11 passengers there. I think we'll get put those. We'll just get them brought in, ready to go. So that is set up. The other thing down here, I can't remember if I've mentioned this, is our chemical industry. We are producing chemicals here, and I think we've got a little bit of a supply in here. Yeah, we've got 18 tons of chemicals. I could set up a export route for them, but at the moment I think I need some trees actually. Trees in here. Make sure this keeps going. Anyway, over to here. If I come over to this area here, what you will find is this. We haven't quite yet. Whoops. For some reason, it's taken a very long time to build this bit of road here to get the workforce out here. Make sure We've got you're on it. I think if I can, I think I've got the power in here. So once that connection's done, the oil should start flowing into here. Because I'm pretty sure these have all got power. Yeah, so you can see they're actually coming online. What's that's the pumping station. That one's not finished yet. So they're not all quite finished yet. That one hasn't got power, so we're still kind of putting this area together. And the idea is going to be is that once this is done, this tanker here, which at the moment is still got quite a lot of fuel on it, will then come down to here, over to here. Once this has got, it's got no power supply as well. I think there is a substation here. We need to get that built. I'll just make sure that is, oops, that's not allocated. We need to all that is get that built. Wow. As I say, if we get this built into here, that will then allow me to because what that will do then is we can then send the oil down to Forley and deliver that. Now the other thing is we'll just come over here. And I'll just show you there what we got. What I've got now is we've got the 3 big construction trains here. They're working on. I think one of them is coming in this way. Oh no, he's coming to there. You can see this group here. We've got a new ship, new type building coming this way. It's almost like most of the work is going on up here. So I do want to push the line through so that we've got a rail connection up to our new town. No idea where these guys actually are. We've got one here. Just have a quick look. Where are you? You're there. You're there. So where's the third one? Oh yeah, you're working on that bridge there. So we're having a bit of a concerted push. There's another thing I would like to do is get, because this farm will eventually be producing crops. And I know it's not the biggest of journeys, but I want to feed those crops into our farming area here, wherever it's gone, over to here. So we need to get this all built in and connected so that we can bring the crops in from there. But to do that, we're going to need to get this rail distribution office online as well. So that is going to be something else we're going to need to work on. Okay, back to here. I think I can start working on it. I've also put a couple of gas stations in. You can see I'm kind of putting the footpaths together here as well, which is going on quite nicely. Now, if you watched the previous video, you will be aware that I was talking about how am I going to process the sewage. And I've got a kind of strategy. And if I come in here and we see sewage treatment, what I'm looking for is this thing, not this thing. I'm looking for something that might be a bit bigger. Small, that's small. On a septic tank. It's this anaerobic wastewater plant here. You can see it needs 30 workers, but it will process, or it says it will process 330 cubic meters of water a day. But I don't. But the trouble is, it still produces wastewater, which is a bit of a problem because I've still got to dispose of that wastewater. Sewage tank export 50. Maybe that's not such a good idea. We've got the septic tank, sewage treatment big. Again, the problem is what do we do with the the unclean water. Looks like we're kind of stuck with this thing again. So what I'm going to do now, this doesn't actually technically need any workforce at all, because that's exactly what we're using up over there. But I'm not sure this will. Actually, this one doesn't have a water output. Maybe it's this one. This is the one. So this is the one that sewage treatment plant. What's this one? So this one, so we're going to make sure we put the right one in. This one just treats water and dumps it. This one turns it into fresh water. So I'm thinking, guys, is we're going to put, and as far as I know, it doesn't cause any pollution. So we're going to put you about. Now, I want to keep the option open for another one alongside it, just in case. So what we'll do is, I think if I come to here, we've got this 3D switchy thingy here. I'm going to put you about there. Go underground. And I think I'll start with one connection. I want to keep one connection open so that we can put two connections here, because this would, it never really says what, this is 169. So truthfully, we're going to need two connections to there. Then we'd have to have another connection that would come off from there. So we've got a flow from that point there. Now, to put in what I would like to do, if possible, is keep this separate. So if I put in, now this area is relatively flat throughout, so we got a bit of an overview. So we got this area here. Now, I'm not sure that actually needs sewage pickup as well. So we've got you there. What I'd like to do is put in another one to see how far that covers. So that covers into there. What I'm trying to do is create these as separate areas, because if you remember when I had the overlapping problem I had in Forley down in the south, I'm hoping that if I can just get a very small bit of overlap. I want an overlap, but I don't want an excessive overlap. Again, this is going to be a little bit of an experiment in the sense that I think we will put a dedicated pickup here. Actually, oh, look at that. I could get the wrong place. I think if we could get the sewage water pickup from here, it'll be perfect, but it will, I can get a footpath connection there. So check that. It just make life a lot more easier, because it means it will keep this area clean. And then what we'll have to do is, where did I put the other pipey thing? Got you there. So we're going to need a connector about, put a big pipe there. Of course, we'll have to put a wrong. That's not, I don't think that is actually connecting. Yeah, it connected to the wrong one. And we're going to run, well, where is it? It'll be a bit of a mega pipe, but I think it will pay for itself in the long term, because it will mean that we don't have to worry about kind of having bad quality water, although they will need drink. They will complain about not having drinking water, but we could give them drinking water should we need to. And you're going to come to there. That will feed off that area there. What I will do is we'll put another one just here, just in case I want to expand outwards. I must admit, I do like putting these in, because if the density, because the amount of water sewage produced is a matter of, how can you say, is a matter of density of accommodation. So we may need to pick up there, into there. No, I'm not actually. I'm going to redo this one because it's kind of, I mean, oh, no, what am I doing? Probably mess this up now. Make it into 2 pipes. Yeah, we're just going to remove that and redo it. I think I will remove you. And try and get you, if we can get you there and bring in on that top one like that. So that gives us the sewage disposal area for this. So we've got this here. We're going to need a footpath which will run. It'll be a fairly long footpath, but this is really for fire engines. It's so we don't need a workforce here. Now, kind of thinking. Oh, of course we got that there. Like in the, what I'd like to do is possibly put the water supply here, possibly within walking distance of one of these tower blocks. We need to put in connection there. Where's the other one gone? Please. I connect you up? No, you're not connected. That there. No idea what that actually is. Oh yeah, there's 2 of them here, isn't it? Okay. That will go to there. That will connect to that. And we also need to put in the, you can find it amongst the snow. It's going the wrong way, but that's only going to go there. And you can go to there, but I think we're going to build that first. I can connect that in so I don't break it. So what have we got here? We've got the university there. Kind of feel that that might be in a bit of an odd place, but I think I can live with it. We've got the school there, and what we want is a well. Let's see. We're going to use a big water well. That's 93%. Not bad actually. 91%. Although the water quality will deteriorate over time. I think we'll put, I mean, we've got the hospital up here with our helicopters, so if we say we put the well just about there, because we are going to purify the water, so it doesn't really make that much difference if it gets a little bit dodgy. And let me just, maybe it's time to actually use the in-game water treatment plant. That's only 120. I must admit, I do like this pretty big one here. Although I have to flip that. Just have to kind of put this about like that, aren't we? That's within range of the sewer to pick up, which is good. So there, which is, I don't remember, what does this actually need? Put down a water treatment plant. I didn't. Yeah, this needs chemicals. That's okay. We've got chemicals. Not a problem. And got the road connection this way. It doesn't interfere with our and of course, one thing I didn't consider is that this water supply needs to feed back into this one. So we're going to have to kind of bring a water supply up and into there. It's going to be interesting. Yeah. Of course, the maximum output for here is 127. So we're going to need multiple water supplies to here. Kind of a bit inclined to put a water tower in about here. Quite a big water tower here. The only trouble with the water tower is that we won't get no, I think what we will do is we'll put in you up to there. Make sure that is the large water pipe. Like that. Nope, that's no good. A bit of a silly mistake there. We'll put in a large pumping station about there. Then we're going to get, whoops. I won't know. That's because it's backing up round that way. Okay, get rid of you. Put you about there. Should work. You need to go there, and you go to there. Now we're going to have to pick up water from there, which means we're going to need to put another big pumping station about there. Put it behind the school. It's going to be a bit messy, but then just for neatness, run you there. There. And then you're going to have to run all the way to there. And I think we'll put 2 lines in side by side. So what that will do is give us dual supply. I think that's connected. Yeah, it was connected because it's 4. I have to redo this. Get very suspicious sometimes when I'm not. I think if I come like that, I can get to the center one. Then, again, I'll just redo this. That one go. you can put here. We'll just accept those ones so I don't have to do them again if I cancel this by accident. And that will be the priming system. So we've now got a supply system like that, but of course what we're going to need to do now is put another pump, which will send the water out to game work. Well, send the water out that way, and then put the. Now the water substations aren't so critical as long as they provide coverage. Game. That doesn't need water. That does. Zoom out a little bit so we can get the structure. Yeah, get something in about there. I think I might have to separate these out into two systems. So if I can push that, we put coverage, say, about there. We need one pipe system in here. Get it the right way round. Put one in about. Yeah. We're going to need one supplying. The only location that's useful. Got one just about in there. I can just get you connected up like that. It'll be a stretch, but at the end of the day, if it doesn't actually fully connect, it's not the end of the world. We got you there. What we probably need to do now is run a try and save money. No, we'll go full size. There. Like that. You can run there. That. I'm going to put another one down here, but we'll take that off as a separate pump from one of these stations. Now, this one will cover. I think that will cover most of the top of the city. If we need more water supply, we can put that in further out. And I think what I'll do is put another one. Shift the control so we don't actually make the footpath up. I don't want it connected up. And then no, I think we'll put in another pump. Put another pump in about here. It's a small pumping station. Put another, angle it slightly. Put you, put the game on pause again. This rate will still be in the middle of winter when I finish the video. So we've now got massive crossover water supply thing now. Yeah, so that should cover the city. In fact, what I really should have done is put the water supply down here, but then we'd have had a really long pipe, an even longer pipe all the way out to here. Got no power supply up here, but we'll have to work on that. Look at that, it goes without saying that that power supply. Probably bring it in from over here. We got a substation over here that's probably got some spare connections on. Yep. Actually, there's one up here, I think. Yeah, there's one up there, so we can put the power from there into there. Built the shopping mall. If you've got power now. Yep, you've got power. So what we need to do now is just go over here and set up a quick little minibus route. You up there. Come back here. And I say, I just want a minimal crew that will kind of act as a fire deterrent. So, I mean, eventually the route will disappear. Where am I? I've got lost. Saying, and what we'll do is we'll pick up as a workforce, and your job is going to be get into there. They will complain about the heat from it gets winter, but they're a hardy bunch. And here, pick up you, put the line spacing on. Up to, we must have a lot of over 21s. Yeah, we got nearly 2,000 over 21s. Oh, traffic jam. Where's the traffic jam? The way to do this is to tell this one guy to move. That will release these guys. And then we'll put it back on wait until instructed. That's a fairly regular winter event at the moment. Of course, we've got this guy who's, I don't know how far he's actually got now. Oh, he's got no job. Keeps running out of jobs. I don't know why. Let me just see. He seems to be struggling with the concept that he's actually laying long distance track. I've also started putting out the road network here for our new town that we'll be building here. So just all the way through building on fire. That's in my new town. We got that connection there. They're breaking the track here. Yeah, look at that. Very tiny break in the track there. Put you back in. Actually, I think what we'll do is we'll give him a chance to catch up. This one. That got a break in the track as well. That's good. We've got some airplanes. How's the crops here? I think we're going to be okay for this cycle. And then we can get things going. Our farm here has made a start. And that is going good. Not much point bringing food up here just at the moment. What we got here? This is the kindergarten. This is the police station and the secret police. Got a small block there. I think what we got here, the heat exchanger, and see what we've got allocated. think we'll start with school and the kindergarten because that's very important. And we'll get them working on that and that. Anything else that use? Don't really need the pub just to get going. I want to build all the infrastructure and actually get the indoor pool built as well. Of course, my other construction offices would have detected things. I do want to look at my... This guy's allocated, this guy's allocated. Road crew, any other footpaths or anything in here that are not finished. No, I think they're good. That's now being built to there. I mean, these guys aren't hanging around, but then they don't have that much in the way of jobs. I think you can just put there so we don't have to build it. Got the gas station here. I don't think I've actually put... I think I've only put the one power connection in because we've got our substation here. Just check. Yeah, I've only put the two in, one going this way. Going off. No, one goes... Oh no, I've took you off to that one there. Yep. Substation, which is here. Which is... Just zoom out. That covers most of that area. We've got another substation here, which I think is ready to go. So we can... I do need to put the power supply into here. Got this substation. Let me just see. It's actually connected. Yep. So this is connected. We do need to build this. Let me just make sure you're connected as well. So these allocated. All these are allocated. We need this built as well. You down. Sneaking feeling that this is not connected. Actually needs a road connection. This is a footpath connection. They've got a footpath there. Yeah, there's a footpath there. Good, that's good, that's good. To the power lines. See, that's covering that one there. So technically we don't really need to go overboard. Actually, I'm going to put it, I'm going to put you about there. You don't need anything particularly elaborate to work there. Okay, into there. And again, we'll get a fairly high tension cable. Now we've got to get you about there. Get you across into there. Make sure that is all connected through. Again, as usual, I'm going to allocate this on the get-go simply because otherwise I'll forget all about it because I won't be able to see it. And we do need this to be built, otherwise it'd be annoying. Right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to scoot back down now while our helicopter crews concentrate. Want you building that and that. Be quite close proximity, so they shouldn't take long to build that. They've got plenty of resources. We got our crews over here are pretty idle actually, because we don't have many building jobs left over here now, so we can just let them get those two built, and then we can. Well, I think while we're here, just in case I'm wasting my time, we're put the beginnings of the cableway here. This is 250 passengers. I mean, this has only got a workforce, so we don't really need to go overboard with respect to the infrastructure. Well, what is in this area? Okay. If I could get it just in there. Now, because this is a small one, probably do this with light cables. Although, I'll be honest, I've never really used them. So we could get one just about there. You could go, and then you could kind of tilt you over a little bit like that. Okay, we're not going to get. We have to put one about there, and then we can be able to connect that through to there. Don't think cableways. I think burn down, do they? Don't ever recall one actually burning down, but you never know. That's a bit icky. Oh no, got away with it. And then we can go up to there. Okay, we'll get the recruit into there. Yeah. I mean, this is, as long as this is ready before the next winter, we'll be okay. And then we'll just get that built into there. I think we should have more than enough space once this thing is removed. I'm aware I'm actually running out of time. I've got absolutely no idea where it's all gone. Just a quick look at here. I must admit, I do like these polytunnels. The import tunnel, this is full, but I think this is that might be a sign of problems, or we in equilibrium. Let's check the water supply here. Let's just check. Oh, the water flow is good. It's saying there water pressure's rock solid. I mean, I'm not that. I think there was a hint that we may not have water there. I mean, this import tank is actually going down a little bit, so I think what we will do is just prime the system a little bit. Just let this fill up a bit. Just let that run. We get it up to about 1,000 cubic meters. We can then switch it back off again. I just think that because of this, there's a little bit of leakage in the system. What's this? How are you guys? And of course, it's got to be all the way down south again. It's not production. Well, we're here. Oh, we got this. This still running. Got no workers. Oh, I don't think I really need this now. I think we're just going to leave it. Let's see what we got here. You can see we're probably struggling a little bit with the oil. Fuel cannot mix liquids, but I don't think we've got a shortage. Got no bitumen. Wow. Ah, that's the problem. We've got excess fuel. Well, we're just about to solve it. Right. Pumping harbor. Okay, you're going to be 100% because this ship is capable of carrying 1,500. So what's going to happen is, not that one. If you watch this, this should start to empty this out completely. And here it goes. And what that will do is start the production, and it will now start producing bitumen, which and yeah, I think the part of the problem is this industry is draining some of the oil, so we definitely need to get. I mean, if push comes to shove, we'll shut that secondary chemical plant down. See if we're okay. We've now got fuel in there. Kind of wondering. I mean, we got 78 million because the tanker that we will be coming up here will be fine, but it's going to take a long time to get unload 1,500. I was about to say I'm going to go all the way down here, but I just wonder if we can get a actual tanker here. Let me just see. I've just built a tanker by accident. I mean, it's going to carry 850 tons. I think that might be relative. Okay. Right, what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to sit here and wait for that tanker to show up so I can set it up before the end. But basically, there's not much going on, so I'll just wait for that tanker to come in, and I'll show you setting the route up for that, and then that would be the end of the video. Okay, welcome back. I've just suddenly realized that we're going to need a distribution office up here because until we get the rail network done, the output to here will have to be shipped by truck. So I'm just going to drop in a distribution office. We'll set up 6 trucks here. Plenty of road there so that we get things going. The road crew should pick this up. Where are you? Yeah, we picked it up. And then we'll speed up the... I mean, we don't really need it that fast, but I'll get that built as well. And I'm going to flip over... And you can see here our tanker is just coming down here. We got fire. Where's that? It's in our tourist town. That shouldn't be a problem. And what we're going to do is pick up from here. Load of oil. Now, one thing I will need to do is set some fuel up. That could be a problem. Load. Yeah. Go to me. Get back up to there. We'll have no fuel in here. Not enough fuel for refueling. Give it a go, but the ship might complain. If it might sit there. So I think I think we've got one more slot here and there, and you can load fuel. Oops, 50%. Now, if this can't fuel it, just wait for the fuel trucks to deliver the fuel, and then it'll be on its way. Anyway, this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.